So tell me about the first machine that you designed, the first thinking machine, a rudimentary thinking machine.
Right, I wanted to build a machine that could get better at things. And so the first question is, how do you make a machine that will learn it all? And the obvious thing to do is to have the machine try different things and remember which ones worked. And that means you have to build several parts. You have to make a little environment in which there's some task for it to accomplish, like find its way through a maze. And then you have to give it some way of trying different things each time it gets to one of the paths. And finally, you have to get some system for remembering so that when it comes back to a certain situation, it's more likely to do what it did in the past.
So the task was to run a maze, correct? Just like old psychological experiments with the rat running a maze.
Yes, although the maze is really a whole set of smaller problems. When it does something you like, then you send a signal in from the other end, and any unit that made a decision that led to a good result is going to get modified. In fact, I have one of the 4D simulated nerve synapses here. This must have been built in 49 or so.
This was a tabletop computer with 40 of these guys.
Yes, well, it was about the size of a grand piano, actually, because it had a lot of these. And the signals come in on some of these pins and go out on others. And basically the way it worked is if a signal comes in on this pin, it has a certain probability of coming out on this side or that side. And that probability is determined by this old volume control. This is all made of World War II surplus. And what would happen is that from the outside, there's just a big network of these. In fact, they're connected to each other at random. And when the machine does something you like, you press a button, and what happens is that the knob is turned just on the units that did the right thing, so to speak. And if it did the wrong thing, you could arrange it so it would turn them down. But anyway, I built this thing in about 1951, and for easy problems, it was very exciting because you could just reward it when it did the right thing, and after a few minutes, it would do it all the time.